Alright guys, so today we're going to be testing the ALLPOWERS R2500. So let's address the huge elephant in the room, guys. Last year we reviewed a 200 watt portable battery box. So why the hell are we reviewing another one sort of 6 months later, you ask? Well, because this time it's 800 watt. So I think the better option is probably to try this out in the car park. There's a little bit more room. So we're just up here by our lock. We'll do it down here by the 106. What do you reckon, guys? So let's give you some of the specs on this thing. The battery box got roughly 2016 watt hours capacity, and that's 2,500 watt pure sound waves. It's an AC alternating current with a peak of roughly 4,000 watt. Now this has got a LiPo4 battery in it, and it can be charged roughly 3,500 times. So the 400 watt solar panels come in these portable fold-away cases. So let's start with just one panel first, and then later on we'll plug the second one in and see how much the energy increases. Little strokey there. So there's 4 AC sockets here, rated at 2,500 watt. You've got your standard DC output, and these are all 12 volt along with 2 others. We've got 6 USB inputs, 2 times 100 watt, 2 times 12 watt, and 2 times 18 watt there. The battery box also supports a mobile phone app, and you can also add on extra battery banks to increase the watt hours. Love these little rubber covers they've put on here. Stops all the dust getting in there, because obviously when you're going to be using it outside, there's going to be dust everywhere. So what a great little touch. Well done, ALLPOWERS. And on this side, power in, your little overload protector. If it ever goes off, just whack that in. And back to stage 1, we're all good to go. And this connector is for your solar panels. The company at question is ALLPOWERS. I asked them if we're going to review this, I would like to review it with 2 solar panels this time. And I didn't read the description properly because I thought these were 200 watt solar panels again. So I thought, oh, we'll whack it up to 400 and we'll see how that goes. When it suddenly turned up, I realised, hang on, this isn't 400. And I looked at the specs of the package, and they were 400 watt each, these solar panels. So this brings it up to 800 watts in total. So it's going to be very, very interesting today, see how much energy these solar panels produce. So we're just in the middle of April here in the UK. We haven't had a lot of sun this year. It's just started to come out to play. So like I said, let's start out with 1 hour's charging with 1 solar panel. So the battery bank came 61% charged. 1 hour's charge from the solar and the sun whacked it up to 81%. So 20% charge in 1 hour. You can already tell that this thing is so much faster than the 200 watt solar panels we reviewed last year. So before the excitement of trying this out with the 2 panels, the 800 watt charge from the solar, we decided to try a few household appliances out. This thing easily accepts mobile phones. I mean, we all know that. Little Mr. Heater. It's 100% charged. Along with the heater, we also tried out the chop saw and Becker's famous orbital sander, which it just handled easily. So now to try and work out how to set this up in a parallel sequence. Series sequence, supposedly. You get a little bit more energy off the panels combined, but if one panel's in the shade, they're both in the shade, so they're both not working. Whereas if you wire them up as in parallel, they bring in a little bit less energy, but if any of the solar panels are a tiny bit under the shade, which you probably will be on the towpath somewhere, it doesn't trigger off like a chain reaction and cause all the others to turn off. So we're going parallel. Let's see if we can work this out. If you are intending on getting the power bank with the 2 times 400 watt solar panels, you're also going to need a few connectors and some extension cables as well. You probably won't be able to connect them all up together if you just buy that package online, just to let anyone know. So it being 800 watts that we're dealing with here, it is quite a large setup. But how will it fare with the evil sun's rays? So next up, we've got to work out how we're going to do this in parallel. So we've got these little connectors. Let's try it out with the 2 solar panels plugged in. Moment of truth, yo. Whack it in. We'll try this for an hour with 2 of the solar panels on. We're at 51% now. Let's see what happens in an hour. See what we're up to, eh? Exciting. The panels come with these foldable supports. Personally, I'd probably like something a little bit more robust just because they're quite heavy. But they do the job, and they're not permanent, are they? These are fold away ones, so they're probably trying to cut down on the weight of these things. So obviously we had to use the power bank a bit because we charged them up earlier. So we're back down to 50% now. Same procedure, sit on the box for an hour and wait. So this time, 1 hour's charge got us from 50% to 81% charge. And yeah, the sun did go away on a few occasions too. I mean, this is the UK, remember. So yes, very impressed so far. The box is roughly 30 kilograms in weight and is ideal for weight training. Do not use it for weight training, guys. Just leave it. Just let it sit there and charge. These are quite heavy. Now that can be a good thing or a bad thing. They fold up, obviously, and you carry them. It obviously shows that there's a bit of quality behind the structure of these things, but I'm not sure if you'd want to get them out every single day when you're on the towpath. Maybe you just sort of get the one out. Or if it was a bit less sunny, maybe you'd get the two out. Yeah, that would probably work. So I did have a little bit of a strange theory, because at the moment on the narrowboat, we can't charge the laptop up on there if we're out cruising. We don't have a proper sine wave inverter on the narrowboat, so it can't even charge the laptop up to edit the videos for the YouTube videos. So I was sort of half thinking, if we could charge this up en route, sort of every other day, I think you get about 17 hours worth of editing time using my laptop on there. One of my little silly theories is, instead of getting a whole big solar battery system and new inverters and all that, sine wave and all that on the narrowboat, which will cost thousands, you could have a little generator sat at the bow of the boat, have that buzzing for a couple of hours while you're cruising, and that would give the battery bank enough time to charge fully, I reckon. I mean, that would sort of be the bodgy sort of way of being able to just get cruising in the next months, you know. Just get a little generator, charge the box up, because the laptop runs fine off the battery box. But what do you guys reckon? Is that a little bit crazy? So there we go, the ALLPOWERS R2500. Thanks for watching, guys.